I'm still in on Ant. I can't wait.
I can be heard, but I can't be seen, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because this thing wants to. This might take several minutes.
Oh, it's restarting.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, this is the handoff on the radio. Sorry for everybody who
Kenny's
can't
here.
see Kenny.
But I had to hop in on that because
Yeah, please.
Was it an epiphany? I don't know.
I
don't know. But I don't know if I'm ready to give an epiphany status just yet, but I will say
you're workshopping a take.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where are you at now?
I think Ant-Man could be the best player in the league. Better than Mickey.
I don't know.
Better than anybody. That's it. I think he can do it all. He can do it all. He can score. He can pass. He can rebound. He can defend.
There are little things that players do in games that are intangible, or they may or may not be meaningful, but to me, they make me more confident in that player. And Anthony Edwards in a playoff game talking trash to Kevin Durant, who he calls his favorite player ever, and he's still in his ear, still in his face, guarding him. Dude,
stuff like that matters.
There is a mindset that just he's a little bit different.
Absolutely.
And he's good.
He's the truth. And like I said, I don't say that as shade to Luka or anything like that, because
Luka's great.
Luka's amazing.
Yeah,
he's absolutely amazing. But I just think potentially Anthony Edwards could do more on the floor than anybody outside of Wemby. I mean, Wemby's he literally is an alien. That's
it's ridiculous.
The
totally
tagline
ridiculous
for the Nike stuff. So he is that. But Ant is.
Well, Ant kind of just took that team over too from Cat, not in a way where it's like, oh, Cat, like it was his team or whatever, but just Anthony Edwards just became so good where it's like, no, he's like the guy.
I gotta turn up Kenny. I think so. I don't know if the stream. Oh, there we go. You're in here now. Thank you. So now on the stream, it's a handoff with Kenny Caraway. I want to put a pin in the Athletic article. I'm sure you guys will talk about it on D'Lo and Casey. Maybe you won't, but I don't know. How are you feeling about this Kings season?
It's a disappointment. You know, you missed the goal. There's no other way to put it. It's just a disappointment. You know,
that's it.
I don't think that they're doomed moving forward or anything like that. But you just look at this year and it's disappointment. You were expecting a little bit more, and you got a little bit less. Like, they weren't awful. The West got a little better. They didn't capitalize on a couple of opportunities they had, and it cost them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You got to get better this offseason. But that's such a loaded situation as well.
I was gonna say, what does getting better this offseason look like?
I mean, it just depends on what you're asking for. For me,
re-signing Malik is priority one, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then what?
I don't know. I'm not in favor of like running it back or anything else like that. I don't think that's what they're going to do, but you may have to get creative with how you get better.
Yep.
You may have to do some things that some people don't like. You know what I mean?
Such as
number one, there's a couple of different things there. We'll talk about on the show, but number one, you may have to take on a contract or a player that I've been saying for a minute that a lot of people aren't sold on. A lot of people aren't happy about.
Don't
a lot
do
of people aren't.
Don't.
I mean, Zach LaVine is that type of player, but he's not.
There's
the
two
only
of them
one.
today.
Oh, there's two today?
He's not the. Well,
I'm just saying. I said Zach LaVine earlier, and KC's on there.
I'm giving you that type of player. That's what you got to do. Like, you're gonna have to do that. Somebody that either has a bad contract or has some warts. Like, that's the path to getting better. Or if you don't necessarily want to do that, then, like, if you don't want to do a Zach LaVine-like player, then you have to be open to moving Keegan Murray. That's the only way you could possibly get somebody that doesn't have any type of warts.
That's it. And that's kind of what we've been talking about today. Is like, hey, if they wanted this offseason to go, hey, we're keeping the Sabonis, Fox, Murray core together because we think there's another leap for Keegan where he can be that 6'8" wing scorer that because frankly, I think that's what they need against Pelicans is somebody bigger than 6'3" who can go get a bucket. So if that's the player that if they think he can be that player, then yeah, it changes the calculus of what you need to add around him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you aren't sold that Keegan is going to be that guy yet, then that's tough. But
see, I'm not willing to get rid of Keegan. And also the dirty little secret is I'm gonna say it, Jesse. And I like the dude. I like the dude. I don't want to get rid of him. I want him to stay here. How much is he getting you? Like, is Keegan getting you Mikal Bridges?
that's the type of player he would need to get you.
I think so.
You think so?
I think he can.
I don't know.
I think he can because, well, specifically speaking about the Nets, like their little situation, that's cooked. They're done. Like it really is like for them, if they're being real with themselves, shout out TC. Like you got to blow that up. And if you can get a Keegan Murray out of that, I'd like as far as a young player who can develop into maybe a Chris Middleton type or something, I think maybe you can get Bridges.
If he was on the block, you think they could get more than Keegan Murray?
I think that maybe. I feel like they want more than Keegan. They would want more.
That's the problem is if Mikal Bridges is on the trading block and available, you're going to have a lot of teams with picks and other players.
That's the thing.
Who are more than Keegan and Harrison Barnes and whatever. I don't even know if they can finagle a way to have a pick in there.
And that's why I go back to, and like a lot of people don't like it, I'd rather keep Keegan and go get the player with the warts as opposed to trading Keegan and getting somebody like Mikal. That would be my move. That would be my move.
You know what?
Keep Keegan Murray and get the player with the warts.
I'm doing none of those things except for I'm keeping Keegan. And then I'm throwing whatever I can. If there's a free agent or a draft pick at, what do they pick? 13, 14,
13, 14.
Well,
at the end of the lottery, if there's a draft pick they like, if they are 6'8" and can play some defense, I'm going to get them in the building and see if I can make them a shooter.
So you're running it back.
Kinda.
I'm not against that either. People aren't going to hear that.
No, it's not running it back. It's not running it back.
You just added a rookie.
No, they got
some random.
I'm kind of against
because I'm trying to squeeze the thought into 30 seconds here.
I'm kind of against the idea of like making some minor moves and like just seeing where you are at the trade.
Harrison Barnes can't start next year. Yeah. Kevin Huerter, if he has a role, has to have a different role next year. But again, if you're making a move, it probably involves trading him. And from there, yeah, I think it's just get guys who are 6'8" and taller and see if any of them are good.
Real quick, we got a name in the chat. Roy throws in Julius Randle. Do we like that name?
I'm out.
No, I wouldn't say I'm out. I want to think about that a little bit more.
Yeah, no, knee-jerk reaction, I'm out.
Okay.
I could be talked into it, but right now I'm out. All right. Jesse,